As a child raccoon, Rocket is a guinea pig for the High Transformative to make a counter-Earth populated by human creatures. He becomes companions with Lilla, Teefs, and Floor, three of the Great Developmental's other guinea pigs. Rocket shows knowledge and fitness past different creatures and derives the imperfection in the anthropomorphization cycle, enraging the High Transformative. They later discover that they won't be important for the new Earth after the High Transformative idealizes the equation to humanize. At the point when the High Developmental suspects a getaway endeavor, he kills Lilla, Teefs, and Floor, incensing Rocket, who hammers him and departures. Years after the fact, the Watchmen of the system have laid out their central command on a revamped Nowhere. The night subsequent to getting comfortable, they are gone after by Adam Warlock, a super-controlled being made out of vengeance by his mom, the ruler of the sovereign, Aisha, for beforehand taking from her kin. They are requested to carry Rocket to the High Transformative, who has become fixated on recovering his subject to disconnect and repeating Rocket's keenness. During the battle, Rocket is truly harmed, leaving the Watchman unfit to keep an eye on his injuries due to a kill switch implanted in him. The group resolved to venture out to the Orgoscope, central command of the Great Developmental's organization OrgoCorps, with expectations of finding a super seed code. With the help of the Ravagers and a hesitant 2014 Gamora, the Gatekeepers penetrate Orgosphere and recover Rocket's document. Be that as it may, they are gone after by Orgosphere's Gatekeepers, scarcely getting away from after Peter Plume remotely enacts the Watchman's suit stream packs. They reason that Thiel, one of the Great Transformative's researchers, may have the super seed code put away in his memory, and choose to find him. The group visits Counter-Earth against Gamora's recommendation, trailed by Aisha and Adam. With assistance from a group of bat-like humanoids, Plume, Cloud, and Groot follow Thiel to the High Developmental's boat, while Drax and Mantis stay with Gamora and Rocket. Plume and Groot load up the High Transformative's boat, abandoning Cloud. Mantis reluctantly goes with Drax to the High Developmental's boat, which starts to send off with Plume and Groot caught ready, an interaction that likewise obliterates Counter-Earth. Gamora stays with Rocket, however, is gone after by a pig champion sent by the High Developmental. What her self's identity is, killed when Warlock shows up searching for Rocket. Gamora overwhelms Adam and dispatches the Gatekeeper's boat. Plume and Groot effectively rout the High Developmental's powers and kill Thiel, leaping off with him and recovering his memory before Gamora meets them. In the meantime, accepting Plume and Groot are still ready, Cloud, Mantis, and Drax load up the High Developmental's boat to safeguard them, and a debilitated Adam detects that his mom is in harm's way, however is past the point where it is possible to save her. On the Gatekeeper's boat, Rocket level lines and has a brush with death, where he's met by Lilla, Teefs, and Floor, who let him know that his time has not yet preceded. Plume effectively executes the super seed code and restores him. Mantis, Cloud, and Drax go over crowds of detained youngsters on the High Developmental's boat prior to being caught themselves and put in a chamber with abelisks. Mantis can convince the abelisks to favor them, and the three break the chamber prior to rejoining with the Watchmen and overwhelming the High Transformative's military. Kraiglin and Cosmo show up in Nowhere, which Cosmo associates with the High Developmental's boat with the assistance of Cloud and Kraiglin through her powers of supernatural power, permitting them to free the caught kids. Rocket finds a litter of child raccoons and other guinea pig creatures, however is gone after by a disturbed High Transformative, while endeavoring to free them prior to being protected by the Gatekeepers. The High Developmental is left to die on his boat, while the creatures are safeguarded and board Nowhere alongside the vast majority of the Watchmen. After Cosmo can't keep the boats intact for quite some time for him to load up, Plume scarcely avoids, starting to freeze in space prior to being safeguarded by Adam. The Gatekeepers choose to disband. Plume presents the position of commander of the Watchmen upon Rocket prior to leaving for Earth. Mantis sets out on an excursion of self-disclosure with the abelisks. Gamora reunites with the Ravagers, Cloud, and Drax stay on Nowhere to bring up the protected youngsters. In a mid-credits scene, Commander Rocket is seen driving the new Gatekeepers of the universe, made out of a completely developed Groot, Adam, Cosmo, Phyla-Vell, Kraiglin, and Blurp, as they set up another mission.